Everyone knows that Ravan lived in a city made entirely of gold, that is, Sone ki Lanka. It was the most beautiful place in the three worlds. But here's the kicker: Ravan didn't build it. In fact, he wasn't even the first king to rule it. So, how did a demon king end up with a divine city of gold? Was it a gift, a conquest, or a family betrayal? Today, we are diving deep into the rahasya of how Ravan actually got his hands on Lanka. Our story starts way before Ravan. According to the Puranas, when Lord Shiv married goddess Parvati, they didn't have a grand palace. They lived on the icy peaks of Mount Kailash. Goddess Parvati, wanting a proper home, requested Shiv to build a house that would be the envy of the world. Shiv called upon Vishwakarma, the divine architect of the gods. And the result? An island city in the middle of the ocean, built entirely of gold, with emerald gates and sapphire floors. It was so bright, it looked like a second sun on earth. Now here is the twist. Shiv was a hermit. He didn't care for gold. Legend says that during the Griha Pravesh, that is housewarming ceremony, a wise sage named Vishrava, he was Ravan's father. He was invited to perform the rituals. As dakshina, that is payment, Shiv offered the sage anything he wanted. Vishrava, mesmerized by the gold, asked for the city itself. Shiv, being Bholenath, gave it away. Vishrava passed the city to his eldest son, Kuber, the god of wealth. For thousands of years, Lanka was Kuber's kingdom. It was a place of peace, prosperity, and divine light. Ravan was the son of Vishrava and a demon princess, Kaikasi. He was Kuber's half-brother. Ravan was brilliant and powerful, but he was also incredibly ambitious. His mother, Kaikasi, constantly reminded him that while his half-brother Kuber lived in a golden palace, he was living in the shadows. After Ravan gained immense powers through his penance to Lord Brahma, he decided he wanted Lanka for himself. He didn't just want a city, he wanted the best city. He sent a message to Kuber, "Leave Lanka or fight me." Kuber, a peace-loving deity, went to their father Vishrava for advice. Vishrava told him, Ravan is too powerful now. To avoid a bloody war, you should leave. Kuber left Lanka and moved to Mount Alka in the Himalayas, taking his famous flying chariot, the Pushpak Viman, with him, though Ravan eventually took that too. So, Ravan didn't build Lanka and he didn't earn it through merit. He took it through intimidation. Under Ravan, Lanka became a superpower. But there is a hidden spiritual lesson here. Many believe that because Lanka was taken through greed and ego, it was destined to be destroyed by fire. Interestingly, some versions of the Ramayana suggest that Lord Shiv wanted Ravan to take Lanka because he knew that only a city of gold could satisfy Ravan's ego before his eventual downfall. So, the golden Lanka went from Shiva's gift to Kuber's treasury, to Ravan's fortress, and finally to ashes during the Great War. It's a reminder that no matter how much gold you have, it's the karma behind how you got it that matters. Did you know about Kuber's role in this story? Or do you believe the version where Ravan built it through his own magic? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more mythological mysteries, and hit that bell icon. Jai Shri Ram, and I will see you in the next video.